I went in, full 911 ambulance and the whole deal, with bradycardia, slow pulse, at 25 bpm. This eventually got slower until it stopped altogether at 17 bpm. I never lost consciousness. I was watching the heart monitor and in a flash. I was out of body and standing in the hallway outside of the room looking in from behind the medical team. I felt warm and cozy all over, like the most comfortable I've ever been. I was aware of a large male figure standing next to me, but I couldn't make out his face. And he didn't say anything, but I could tell he was not with the medical staff. I believe he was wearing jeans and a flannel shirt that was brown in color. He was unshaven with darkish brown hair. Was it an angel or Jesus? I don't know. He never spoke, just stood about a foot away and radiated warmth like a heater. The hall lighting was definitely the fluorescent lights in the hospital still. I could watch and hear the doctor yelling on the phone for someone to bring up a fluoroscope. And he was arguing loudly with someone on the phone as to whose patient was more important. He told the person on the phone, "You better get that goddamn machine up here right now, I have a guy in full heart block." Then my attention was turned to down the hall. The hall appeared to be 100 feet long and was dimly lit with a pair of doors at the end. I have no idea if this was the real hospital or a spiritual hallway. I continued to stand there, being fully aware that I could not see my feet. That area was dark and shadowy, but the floor was white tiles. And with the full sensation of floating about 6 to 10 inches off the floor. I could also tell that I wasn't breathing, and I was checking for my pulse but found none. This, however, did not worry me because I had the sensation that all was as it was supposed to be. I definitely had figured out that I was dead, and I was totally fine with it. I just kept feeling better and better, with almost an orgasmic quality all over. Having the Christian upbringing, I found myself praying as my heart came to a stop, but as soon as I was out of body and standing there, I stopped and was almost surprised that the whole thing was so simple and there was nothing to fear. No one spoke to me, and I watched as the doctor put this wire right into my heart through my chest, but I could not sense any of this. Next, the nurse put on these large sticky shocker pads and turned on the defibrillator. I was instantly slammed back into my body, and I went in right through the midpoint of my stomach, right above the belly button area. I felt this extremely hot circle about 10 inches in diameter right on my stomach. This was a completely separate sensation from the huge body contorting shock that I was receiving every second to restart and pace my heart. I became fully aware that this circle was where you enter and leave your physical body. After a few seconds the heat started to dissipate. I was now just concentrating on the pacing shock. And thinking at the same time what an awesome feeling I had just had as the warm circle area dissipated over the next 10 minutes or so. I thought it was so cool that I now knew how the soul went in and out of the body. I was now not regretting being put back, but eager to replay and dwell on that superb feeling of warmth and well-being. Kind of like lying there right after the best sex you've ever had and just enjoying the afterglow. I was still 100% conscious, and there has been no break as far as I am aware. After I was fully restarted, the doctor knocked me out with a drug and I awoke in the intensive care unit a few hours later.